So if we wanted to fill the entire waterway with noise like that, that's kind of what it would look like. I mean, that could really work for something, you know? Like some sort of body of water. Not this one, of course, but it could work for something. And that really needs to affect the something else. I need a way to deal with the normals with that if I'm going to use it. So let's figure it out. Let's figure out how to plug this into the normals. So what is this going to be for the normals? How do these normal maps work? They usually are a vector in tangent space on this thing. So we're going to translate from like this sort of thing into three-dimensional whatever. I mean, we could actually plug it into the roughness. Maybe that would be something to do. I should see if that works. As far as I can tell, I didn't do anything. Maybe the inverse of that? No, it doesn't do anything. Let's just see if we can shove this into random things. Nope. I can't click on that for some reason. Alright, so I need like a Perlin noise sort of. It needs to change over time though, so we need to feed like the texture coordinates and then the time back into itself for the normal. So if we did this, into our noise texture, could we actually throw it into our normals? It's just all sorts of messed up if you do this. I think I just broke it. Broke the renderer with that one. Doesn't seem to work at all. Alright, that's just trash. I guess maybe I should just add this as surface noise. Alright, so this will be surface, noise, speed. I don't think so. I don't think we would, I don't know. I don't think that's really going to sell a game. I'd imagine just not having that would be just fine. Alright, so this will be ambient noise color. Yeah, I figured you're being sarcastic. We're gonna have fish AI in there, duck AI, everything. Alright, so this will be surface noise. That would be pretty funny though, if everybody in Twitch chat just gets all like, just like, what the fuck are you doing working on watering an idiot? Be like, don't make me pull out the water material again. Be like, oh Jesus Christ. Turns off stream. Alright, so we are going to have we're gonna lerp. I guess we would add the color in, or we're just gonna do a lerp between the color. Clamp and then lerp between those colors. So I want to not multiply these together, but I want to do another lerp here. So this will be a constant here. We're going to convert this. This will be shore, ripple, opacity. And this one again will be surface noise opacity. Maybe I should throw that down here. Kind of so it's real obvious what's going on. Alright, so we've got these hooked up then. So we can get back to figuring out what the hell we're doing with this stuff. Let's just make sure that all's saved. Since, you know, we haven't had any problems with saving this damn thing. Yeah, it looks like it's saved. How come I can't click on things? I can't click on things! Let me click on things, Unreal! Jesus Christ! Okay, now I can click on things. Why you gotta do that? I can't click on stuff over here. Okay, maybe it's that comment box? Yeah, that comment box is just... Unreal couldn't handle the magnitude of that comment box. Alright, I think what I'm gonna want is some sort of panning noise texture on this thing, just to do something with it. So let's see, if I add time to this thing, so let's see, it's going to be time, and then we're going to want to multiply the time by some sort of noise speed. Let's put it at, like, 1 to start with. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to multiply this value here. That's going, like, way too fast. and it's too small. So we need like yeah, this. I'm just not sure how to get the effect that I'm kind of going for, which is these kind of these shore ripple things that would be kind of moving along. I mean, I know I've got like the ocean sort of bullshit ripple-y thing here. Well, let's at least change this from 1 to 0 to 0 to 1 to 0. So alright, let's take this from 0 to 1 to 0. So that's going to be, if we're going from 1 to 0, we need to multiply it by 2 and subtract 1. No. Subtract 0.5 to go from negative 0.5. To go from 0.5 to negative 0.5. Multiply by 2 and then subtract 1. So to go from 1 to 0, if we subtract 0.5, it's going to go from 0.5 to negative 0.5. Multiply by 2, it's going to go from 1 to negative 1. Subtract 1 from that. It's going to go from 0 to -2, 0 to 1 to that. It needs to be the absolute value of it. Alright, so I need to subtract 0.5 and then multiply by 2. Then need to take the absolute value, do 1 minus that. It did not do what I think it was gonna do. This goes from 1 to 0. So subtracting 0.5. I mean, supposedly the math should work there. Oh, what am I doing? I've got the wrong thing going on here for this. The distance is the wrong value. remapping stuff wrong. Remapping it from 0 to 1. I should be remapping it from... Yeah, the values are on the other stuff. So this goes from 0 to 1 right here based on distances. And before I put this in here, I need to do this. And then I've got the just linear interpolated stuff. And we'll just do a power function on that. And then I can mess with that however I want. Yeah, so I've got a couple things in here. I've got the ripple opacity, which I was just, if this was a beach or something, that's kind of what I'm thinking of for that. So if we turn that to 0, yeah, I was just like, there's the surface noise stuff, which I was messing around with, which I could definitely see as something that could be useful there. Because in the game, it's kind of what it looks like. So I could definitely see some sort of... That technique could be useful for some type of water somewhere. I'm trying to get these kind of... these different effects that we can apply. So, it'll be like, okay, use this directionality stuff, use this on this water, use this other thing on this other water, and that way we can kind of just click a whole bunch of buttons and you're like, alright, good. Because this directionality stuff does not look good with like this kind of shore ripple thing that I got going on right here. And it's really the big thing is I'm trying to figure out, because the ripples would look a lot better if they had some sort of, like if they didn't happen all at the same time, like they happened based on some sort of some sort of information that would tell me like things that are close to each other. So like things that are over here, things that are over here. But it's not really, it's like the distance to the center of the water is really what I want for like the ripples. I'm not sure. And maybe I don't need a whole bunch of stuff here for this period or whatever. Alright, so if cosine and all this stuff. Excuse me. Hmm. I'm trying to think. This is similar. I kind of want this sort of effect, but I want it to maybe modulate a little bit differently. Like, I don't want it to totally disappear. So we want to like add whoops. We need like a thing here where so if I like multiply this by 1 minus this value, like this, then add them together. I need to have some sort of value here. This is the period stuff. None of this is time-based. Well, that's all time-based. Then we have a mask. I'll have to think about exactly what I want here. This is... I'm moving all this stuff around. So let's see, if I have like a point 2, so I have kind of a standing wave effect that I can have like that. It's got a little bit of noise on it. Alright, so it's kind of like if we set the motion distance to 0, and then like the distance here to 0 or whatever, and then the width we set to like 4 or 0.4. I don't think this is getting set properly. Yeah, this short ripple distance thing just keeps getting screwed up. Like it says, water purlin noise text, same lighting GUID, modifier touch property, and texture editor to generate a new GUID and fix the issue. I don't know. I don't know what the hell that means. And this motion distance didn't get saved either. None of this stuff is actually working as far as I can tell. Well, what I'm wanting to do is get this this texture here. I guess if A equals B, we want this as well. So if the red equals 0, I need to think about this. I need to subtract 1 from this. Gosh, this stuff is sometimes annoying to work with. So that's what we've got right now. But I'm thinking I might want a little bit... How's the water flowing? It's okay. I'm messing around with different effects and somewhat not successful. So at the moment trying to get like some sort of effect for the edge of the water, which might work, but it's not really coming together as I want it to. Because what I'm kind of trying to do is get some of the shore ripple stuff that we have kind of on these. It's just not super straightforward on how to actually get it in there inside of the material. Like if this was a decal or some other object that gets written on top of it, I have more context information, but I don't really have information that allows me to move a texture along one of these areas because I have no concept when I'm in the pixel shader of which direction things are moving. And I can't just like slam the texture across infinity, because that looks like trash. And this would be where, if you know, I had years and years of experience as a graphics engineer or something, that I would just be like, and I just need this and that and the other thing, and I'm done. And it would look super awesome. But I'm a server engineer, and this looks nothing like a database, so I'm struggling. So what sort of effect am I looking for? I mean, it's pretty much yeah, yeah. This isn't how you write SQL. Fuck. Well, there's a lot of cool tools here that I can work on, that I can use to like mess with all this stuff. Alright, well, I'll be right back, and I'll continue to stare into slowly circling grain. Yeah, one of the issues with this graphics programming stuff is sometimes I find an effect and then I'm like, man, I want to save this somewhere. Because, you know, it might be useful. The question is, what the hell am I actually trying to do here? Like, why don't I answer that question first? I want... Alright, if I take this water here, I think what I want is I want a shore... Triple S is broken, gotta figure out why, yeah. Fuck, I forgot my water. Ah!